decided I'd go live, pop up live, here on board Sun Princess. It is day 4. Have my margarita. Just got back on board from Grand Turk. If you are new here, I'm Raquel from MH Family Adventures, and I am currently sailing on the U.S. inaugural sailing of Sun Princess. It's a 5-night cruise. This is day 4. Have one more sea day, and then I'll be off the ship. So just wanted to stop in to just kind of chat about my initial impressions of everything, answer any questions you might have about Sun Princess. So feel free to ask any questions that you may have. I'm currently sitting in Ocean Plaza. Yeah, I think this is called Ocean Plaza. Welcome in, DT Cruiser. Appreciate you being here. I believe this is called Ocean Plaza. So you have a really nice ocean view back there. You have the Mikado sushi, which I'm supposed to have for dinner tonight. I might change that up. But yeah, so I'm just sitting here. I didn't want to be outside in the sun because I've been out in Grand Turk all day. So decided to come inside where it's cool. Welcome in, guys. I appreciate you being here. Honeybee Stamping Hive, welcome in. Jolinda, welcome in. Daphne, welcome in. Welcome in, Norma. Appreciate you guys being here. I have a pineapple margarita. The drinks have been really good on board. I haven't had too many, but the ones that I have had have been pretty good. But yeah, so feel free to ask any questions that you may have about Princess Cruises, about Sun Princess, anything. And I'll just kind of talk through some of my initial impressions, some of the things that I absolutely love about the ship, as well as some things that I feel like they're going to have to really work out the kinks. But feel free to ask any questions you might have. Honeybee says, does your travel agency plan other trips besides cruises? No, we are a cruise-focused travel agency. Can pretty much book any cruise. We're certified to book pretty much any cruise. No all-inclusive, none of that. So just cruises, any related like excursions, hotels, transfers, things like that, but no all-inclusives or anything like that, and no flights. Welcome in, Ashton. Appreciate you being here. Melba, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, pineapple margarita sounds good. Yeah, this is my second drink for today. I had one at Jack Shack's. So be sure to follow my stories. I did post that there. Welcome in, Diana. Welcome in, Life with Sandy. Loving the vlogs. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So yeah, I just thought I would pop in live real quick to kind of just share my first impressions of Sun Princess. If you guys are just now popping in, I'm on board for the U.S. inaugural sailing. It is a 5-night cruise. This is night 4, day 5, or day 4. So tomorrow is a sea day. Yesterday I was in Amber Cove, Dominican Republic. Had a really good time there in Puerto Plata. Amazing time. And it was actually a ship excursion. And I had a really good time. Today was Grand Turk. I had an excursion planned that took me snorkeling. But guys, honestly, I woke up, well, actually, yesterday I was like, I don't know if I want to go snorkeling. I just kind of want to chill and relax. So I walked with Cheryl from Sig Cruiser. If you guys don't know Sig, go follow her. We walked down the beach to Jack Shack, kind of hung there for about 4 or 5 hours, had lunch. Now we're back on the ship. How does Sun Princess compare with Utopia of the Seas? They really don't compare. Royal Caribbean's more of a family-friendly line, whereas Princess Cruises, it's not that it's not family-friendly, but it doesn't have like water slides and water parks and things like that. So some of those family-friendly features you're not going to find on Sun Princess or Princess Cruises. They do have a kids club, teens club, things like that. There are quite a few kids on this sailing, more than I've seen on other Princess sailings. But I think the demographics of this ship are very different than the other Princess cruises that I've been on as well. But I would say really no comparison. Shows kind of comparable to an extent. I feel like they're kind of on par with one another. They do offer a lot of specialty dining, which is an upcharge, which I think Utopia of the Seas they have as well. But this is not a party atmosphere, which is what Utopia of the Seas is promoting currently, is that it's like the weekend party or whatever they call it. And this is not a party ship, not at all. I mean, there are some parties happening. They always have things going on in the piazza. They also have a nightclub and things going on in the dome, but it is really not a party ship. Let's see here. But welcome in everyone watching. If you guys could hit that like button for me, I appreciate it. But feel free to ask any questions you might have. Melba says, how are the shows? The shows have been really good. So there's 2 sides to the show. So the shows, the performances are really good. The issue with the shows and things are trying to get inside, trying to get to them. So Princess does not have like a reservation system. They have this thing to where you bookmark it in the app that you want to attend, and once it's full, it'll tell you, you know, it's full, but it doesn't stop people from going to try to get in. So, um, like the theater, they had a group called Legacy. They did Motown the first night. Now, I had no issues getting in there because I kind of knew in advance and I got there early. But a lot of people, it was hard for them to get in. The way it's set up, I'm not a fan of the dome shape. And guys, I will share all of this in a review vlog and as well as the daily vlogs. But I'm not a fan of the dome shape or the circular shape of the theater, because if people need to leave early or if they arrive late, it's like they're literally walking in front of the stage to try to find seats. There's no other way around that. But it's hard to get in. You have to show up early, and people don't want to, wait around an hour before a show, on their vacation. There was a big issue last night with the dome. If you guys aren't familiar with this ship of Princess, none of the other ships have a dome. So they have a dome, which is kind of like a, what do you call it? Not a sauna. Oh my gosh. It'll come to me. Not a thermal spa. Oh my gosh. It'll come to me in a second. But they have a pool there. They have plush loungers. They have all kinds of things there. But the issue is the dome, when they're performing, they only can hold 200 people. So yesterday, and they have no way of lining people up. They had people lining up down the stairwells and in the elevator banks to get there last night. And you had to wait like an hour and a half in advance just to be told there's no more space. And then what was happening was they had one person counting people to get in for the dome, but because there are like 8 other entrances from the elevators, the outside entrances, people were just walking in and getting in the crowd, not being accounted for. So like I was pretty much guaranteed a spot, but wasn't guaranteed a spot once I got in. There were no seats. So we're gonna try to do the dome tonight if they have a show, but it's tricky getting in to like the dome. The theater wasn't too bad getting in, but you do need to arrive probably 30 to 45 minutes before the show. But the shows are really good. And I hope my reception and everything's looking fine for you guys. Let's see. Feel free to ask any other questions you might have. I am currently on board Sun Princess. Want to answer any questions you might have about Princess Cruises or Sun Princess in general. The food, welcome in Shireen. The food is really good. I will give it to them on the food. Sorry. So pretty much only done specialty dining since I've been on board. If you guys aren't familiar, I'm working this. I will tell you this. There's one specialty dining that I absolutely did not like, and you will see this in the vlogs. And guys, I've said it before, whether I'm sponsored or not sponsored, I am always going to be 100% honest. And like I said, if it comes down to a partnership breaking, or if it comes down to me having to pay for something because I didn't give a favorable review, which is never asked. I think sometimes that's a misconception, that when you're sponsored or what have you, that you're expected to give rave reviews, and that's not always the case. A lot of the cruise lines, they truly want your feedback, and that's really what this is they want feedback on some of these specialty dining venues, some of the things that they're offering. So that's really what this is. But I've done 3 different specialty dining options so far. I have 2 more to go. I will tell you, Spellbound did not like. If you are not familiar with Spellbound, it is the newest thing with Princess Cruises. It's on this ship particularly. It is like a magic show slash dinner, and it was a $150 cover charge. So if you are going, it's $150 per person for this experience, is what they're calling it. And for me, it wasn't worth it. I will even say this, I didn't pay for it, but for me, it wasn't even worth the time that I spent. It was a 4-hour experience. And for me, that is too long for dinner, too long for anything, just kind of back to back. What I didn't like about it, I will share more in the vlogs. But what I didn't like about it is there's a very, very set menu. And again, I will detail all of this out. But so pretty much you meet up at a certain spot. They take you to a very small little dining area. There's really no room, like me being a solo cruiser. There was no way for me to sit by myself or go off in the corner. So honestly, like my content's probably not even that good from it, because I don't want to disrupt my elbow partners, because pretty much a table was full. And I think it would seat 30 people. And it's very set menu, very structured. They start you off with they call a liquid salad, which I'll be very honest, I'm not the healthiest person. I mean, I don't eat a whole bunch of junk, but I don't want a liquid salad. I want some lettuce, some cucumbers, some croutons, you know. It was a liquid salad. So pretty much think of it as being like the juice from vegetables. So like lettuce, carrots, things like that. So it was like a cup of juice with celery foam on top. They said think of it as a Bloody Mary. I'm not a big Bloody Mary person, but it was kind of like a watered down Bloody Mary. I don't want a salad in a cup. So I know that they presented it that way to be more whimsical, but I think you could present a salad whimsically without it being liquid. So it started with that. Then it was followed with something else that was liquid. And I'm very a texture-based person. So they then gave us like a bowl of soup, which was like squash soup. Now it was tasty. It was squash and apple. But for me, it's like, okay, you had a liquid appetizer. Now you have a soup. There was no bread or anything. So I'm already kind of like, I'm kind of like almost feeling nauseous because I need some substance. I don't want liquid on top of soup. Then they brought out shrimp cocktail, which was great. My issue with that is, though, you can get shrimp cocktail in the main dining room for free. You can get shrimp cocktail pretty much anywhere on the ship. So was it worth $150? No. Had shrimp cocktail. Then this is kind of where it got, where I didn't realize this. You have two options. You get fish or you get beef. And they even made an announcement to say, if you order the beef, it has to be medium. We don't cook it any other way. So medium or nothing. Everyone doesn't eat medium beef. So they said, well, it won't be bloody, because somebody asked, they were like, well, I don't like medium. And he said, well, it won't be bloody, it'll just be medium. It's like, if you like your meat a kind, a certain kind of way, you should be able to get that. You can't. So then they give you fish. Now, I will say this, the fish was very tasty, but the fish for me was like 3 big bites. It wasn't like a big fish, very small, but it was very tasty. And then for dessert, the only option was a platter with chocolates. So for me, it's like the price you pay for that, considering how good the main dining room food is, how good the specialty dining food is, it just wasn't. So those of you popping in, I'm talking about, I'm currently on board Sun Princess. I'm sitting in Grand Turk right now. I'm just kind of giving you a recap of some of the things that have happened on board, answering your questions. I'm particularly talking about Spellbound, which is like the new thing on this ship that people are, wanting to book. It's a high price dining experience. It's $150. Just kind of sharing how that was one thing that I did not like. So following dinner, you're escorted to a bar. Keep in mind, my dining time was 8:15. This was a 4-hour ordeal. So if you guys know me, I'm in bed like 9:30. So I was already kind of cranky because it was so late into the evening. So they take you to a bar, which is, it's nicely done. If you like magic and things like that, you go in and there's 16 specialty cocktails that you can order. You order those, and then you sit for like an hour and a half drinking, and then there's a magician at the bar that did amazing magic. And then you are escorted to the Spellbound Theater, where there is a magician that performs for 30 minutes. I will tell you this, in my opinion, the magician that's one of the crew members on board that was at the bar was way better than the headliner that was in the Spellbound Theater. And he was a writer for Penn and Teller and has performed in Vegas for years. And for me, it wasn't as good as the bar. So long story short, I did not care for Spellbound. Food-wise, though, everything else has been amazing. I've done ume hot pot, which is specialty dining, delicious. That's where you create your own soup using, broth. You have different meats, vegetables, herbs, and things. Delicious. I also went to Love by Burrito last night. That was also amazing. Tonight I have, actually where I'm sitting at right now, the Mikado Ocean, which is sushi. I'm honestly debating whether I'm going to have it tonight or not. So I'm really not feeling sushi for tonight, but we'll see. And then tomorrow I have Butcher's Block, which is also new. Buffet has been amazing. Breakfast has been amazing. No complaints otherwise with food. But welcome into everyone that's here. Sorry for that long thing. I just wanted to share my experience with Spellbound. I didn't like it. And again, that was sponsored. I did not have to pay for it, but I'm always going to be honest with you guys how I feel about things. I will never sugarcoat that. And yeah, and there were other people complaining about it as well. So I think it's getting very mixed reviews at this point. But again, Princess wants that feedback, and they even asked us that at the start, if we could give feedback about our experience so that they can improve on it. So I do appreciate that they're trying to get some feedback. But welcome in to the 50 of you guys watching. I appreciate you guys spending part of your, is it Thursday? Thursday with me. Let's see here. KC says, I heard Spellbound dining is lacking. It's absolutely lacking. You get better food at the buffet, honestly. And you get more options. I don't understand how you have such a set menu for a high price thing. Honestly, you're paying for the magic. And the magic wasn't all that. My other issue with it is if you have Princess Plus or Princess Premier that includes the drink package, it's like, what are you really paying for? Like, what are you really paying for? You're paying for the magic because, yes, the cocktails that are in Spellbound, you can only get at Spellbound. But, yeah, I don't need that. So, yeah, I absolutely would not recommend it at this point. If they drop the price down half price, $75, I would say it's worth the experience if you like magic. But considering the price, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They need to adjust the price. Yeah, Liz said the price, there would be a no. And I'll be very honest, if it wasn't for Princess providing it for me, I wouldn't have experienced it. You guys know I'm not going to pay $150 for dinner. No. So is it equivalent to a chef's table experience? Absolutely not. They don't cook anything in front of you. You don't get an option in how they make it. They don't even really personalize. There was a lady upset because she said she doesn't eat fish and she doesn't eat beef. So she wanted chicken. And I don't know if after the fact she was able to get her chicken, but she was just saying, hey, I don't eat either of these. So you're only giving me two options, which for me, it's like any other place you go on board, you're going to have several options for dinner. There were no options. But it's not equivalent to chef's table. It's priced higher than chef's table, but it does not have that. Yeah. But if you like magic, it might be worth it. I just don't do magic like that. But the guy doing the magic at the bar was fabulous. Sydney says Spellbound is not included in the Premier package. It is not. So it's an extra charge, $150 per person. Also, Love by Burrito. I highly recommend that one. The portions were small now. The portions were small. In fact, I had lobster, and it came, everything's like heart, love. So it was like heart potatoes. And I asked my server, I said, can I get 2 more of those heart potatoes? Because like I just knew I was going to have to go get a slice of pizza afterwards. But everything there was tasty, like everything. And I would pay $75, like on a special occasion, like anniversary, birthday. I would pay that for that experience. It was really good. And then the views you get from Love by Burrito, amazing. We were sailing away from Dominican Republic and I had the sunset. It was beautiful. You can check my stories on Instagram and Facebook for that experience. But yes, so it's not included, and Love by Burrito is not included with Princess Premier. Everything else is, I think, Butcher's Block, because Butcher's Block is it's a very meat-heavy steakhouse experience, kind of like a Brazilian steakhouse, somewhat. I think I'll have that tomorrow, so I'll know for sure. I want to say that was like a $29 surcharge, so you can pay for it with Princess Premier. If you have Princess Premier, I think it was like a $29 surcharge. Let's see here. Spellbound is not included. Yes. Where are you heading to and what cruise line are you taking? This right here is Princess Cruises. I'm on Sun Princess. 5-night cruise. We were in Dominican Republic yesterday. And today we are in Grand Turk. We sail away in about 3 hours or so. I've already been off the ship and everything. So, maybe they should cut the meal and cut the price. Heard the drinks and show were good. The drink that I had was really good. I only had one drink, guys. I'll be honest, I was so tired. I think they also need to consider the time that they do it. I don't know if on my day they had 2 showings of it or if they alternate, like one day it's 5 o'clock or 5:30, the other night it's 8:15. I don't know for sure, but it was too late. It was 8:15, it was 4 hours, and when I tell you guys, people were complaining about it. They were like, I didn't know this was this long. And then we were told when we first entered the dining room that we were gonna do dinner, we were gonna enter the Spellbound theater, do the show, and then we would have like the last hour and a half for the drinks. Well, they didn't do it that way, so I kind of felt forced to stay because I wanted to see what the show was about. So I didn't really care for that. Welcome in Tiki Lynn. Welcome in LF McKinley. Appreciate you being here, and shout out to all of the channel members watching. Welcome in Alyssa. And on the go with Yellow, Sig, the solo cruiser, who's also on board. If you guys are not following her, she will have her own perspective of Sun Princess and her experience as a first time Princess cruiser. And I do think we're going to do some sort of collaboration where she's going to come live to share her experience, because I think my experience having sailed Princess before is probably different than hers and some others. So we'll kind of talk about that. On the go with Yola says Pero DJ said the same thing. Yeah, and it's true. It's not worth it. And again, I didn't pay for it, but it wasn't worth my time. Yeah, this is a pineapple margarita. It's really good. And I haven't had many drinks. Quality Chakra says 150 for dinner. I'll pass. Yeah. Gloria Jackson, welcome in. Lisa says burrito like the artist. Yes. Yes. So everything is like bright and colorful. It was an amazing experience. I absolutely loved it. And Rudy Seagrill, the chef Rudy, he's on board apparently. Didn't know that. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, but it's been a great experience. Welcome in, Midge. It says, how has the weather been? Perfect. Perfect weather today. I don't even know what the temperature was. I'm guessing around 80. Not too hot at all. The water was warm. It was beautiful. It did warm up as we were leaving Grand Turk, but it hasn't been like windy or rocky or anything. No storms. Perfect weather. So no complaints. So yeah, so food overall has been great. Again, I could pass on Spellbound. And I would say the food on board here has been better than I've seen on other princess ships. I'll say that much. Something that I love that's different than other sailings that I've had is that I think the demographics on this ship are different. And I think that, I don't know if it's because it's a 5-night cruise, people want to test out Princess, but I'll be very honest, I've seen a lot more children on board, I've seen a lot more minorities on board, I've seen a lot more younger people on board than I've seen on any other Princess sailing. So, yeah. Hey ladies, how are you? You have a good day? Yeah. I'm live. I'm live. Where are you guys headed to? Oh, you went to Governor's Beach? Yeah. Was it secluded there? It's more secluded there. Yeah. Yeah, we were at Jack Shack's. Yeah, right there. Yeah, a pineapple margarita. Didn't you recommend it? I got it. See? I listen. I'm talking to Miss Gail. Yep. What'd you get? Sorry, guys. Sidebar. Oh, wow.
Wait.
Sorry, guys.
So I got the mini, the minor, and the major on the
Wow. Wow. Nice. I haven't gotten anything. No, not at all. Not at all. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do
While
that.
you're alive, bless you.
I'll count
For
it
the
as a
camera.
super chat.
For the super chat.
All right, I got a super chat. Can I say who it's from?
Yes,
Can I say it from? Okay. I usually don't do this, but I'm going to count it as a super chat.
Exactly.
This is from super chat from Marsha, pronounced Marsha, who's also a channel member. Thank you. She's been, I appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, so she's a channel member and she's also on board and had some luck apparently. In the casino I haven't had any luck, but yeah, that's awesome. We appreciate any support. But yeah, so Ms. Gail actually recommended, she said, you need to get, she knew I drink margaritas, so she was like, you need to get a pineapple margarita, so that's what I did. Let's see. On the go, I was talking to Sig. Good, I really want to know about the daily activities in Kids Club. I'll be honest, I have not had a chance to check out the Kids Club because when it's open, it's locked if you don't have kids, and of course I wouldn't go in there filming. I will tell you that it looks like the Kids Club is smaller on this ship than the other ships, because the other ships, they have like separate rooms for the different age groups. And it appears, and again, it could be just totally different once you walk through the doors, but it appears like it's one room. And then they have like a teens hangout club area it's supervised, but it's not like a structured, like they just go there and hang out. But I honestly don't have much information on the kids' activities because I have not been able to get in there. But daily activities on board, they have quite a bit. You can check the Princess app. You can, they put you like a daily thing in your cabin, but they'll have things Lots of things in the piazza, like game shows. They'll have like dancing, Zumba, stretching. They have the nightly shows. They have they have all kinds of things. They have like it's I think it's more laid back than other cruise lines. If you've cruised like Carnival and Royal Caribbean, so there's not like a lot of deck parties and things. They'll do that like late, like tonight. There's a deck party, but they'll do a lot of things in the piazza where it's cooler. The piazza is the atrium, so like dance classes, trivia, your typical cruise line things. Let's see here. Make sure I'm getting all these, but welcome in to those of you who are watching. Welcome in, Jonathan. Lisa says, yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, it's sweet. And yeah, we appreciate any support. I don't typically take money from people, but she, welcome in, Jonathan. It's nice to see you. Hope you're having a swell time. I am. I am. I heard that the lines for Embarkation was long. How long did it take to get on the ship? The lines were long. That was another thing. So the lines were, so Princess, the way they do Embarkation, they don't give you a set time, which I think they might need to consider moving to that because other cruise lines are doing it and it's working for the most part. So they have a Embarkation window. It's 11:30 to 2:30, and you just show up at any time between those times. I got to the port at 10:30, 10:45, and it took 45 minutes to go through the line through security, which I've never really experienced on a cruise line. And I'll say this, I have not experienced that on Princess either. I think usually I'm used to Princess just walking right in. It could be that it was new to the US, they're getting used to how things are operating. It could be, it could be anything, but it was long. 45 minutes, and I was early. So the people that arrived within the window that it said, I'm sure they waited longer, but I was in line and it just kind of snaked around, and it was kind of confusing because you didn't know where the start of the line was to where the end of the line. There wasn't like anybody really guiding or signage, so that added to the chaos. So I would say if you're cruising on Sun Princess and you have that 11:30 to 2:30, get there at 10, get there at 9:30. That way you're first in line, don't have to deal with it. Let's see here. But yeah, but once I got in the door, got through security, it was quick and easy. And with Princess, you have the Princess Medallion. So you can pre-order it to be mailed to your house. If you have Princess Premier, it's included with your Princess Premier. They'll ship it to you free. If you don't, it's like $10 to have it shipped to you. It's quicker if you have it shipped because you can just walk through. Once you get in the terminal, you walk through and you're pretty much getting on board. If you are, and they call you green lane status, if you are blue lane status, that means you have to go pick it up. And they have to go find your lanyard or find your medallion and give it to you. But yeah, but I love the medallion feature. Something else I was going to say about Embarkation. It'll come back to me. But yeah, but once you get in, it's actually pretty quick. And Princess doesn't have you like Carnival. Sometimes they'll have you sit and then they'll have you go whenever it's time. They don't do that. As soon as you get in, you go on the ship. So you go in immediately. And if you are Platinum or Elite, which I'm Elite, you get to go straight to your cabin. And like my cabin was ready once I got on board. Who said that? I don't want an arthritis seminar. And they have them. They do. That's so funny you said that. They have arthritis. They have lower back seminars. They have all those things. But there are other things that aren't that. So, but yeah, it's funny you said that because they do have arthritis seminars. But yeah, there was something else important about Embarkation I was going to share. Yeah, it'll come back to me. Welcome in Travel with Hayden. How has Sun Princess compared to your other Princess cruises? I'm going to say, out of my other Princess cruises, I actually liked Sky Princess better. I'm going to say I like Sky Princess better than Sun Princess. Because I think I like that ship, the layout. Like the layout was very similar to like a Carnival ship for me. Whereas this is a lot larger. Some of the areas, like it's like the tricky, like getting to the dining rooms, you have to go up and then down and back up and things like that. So the layout is a little bit different. And I think because the other Princess cruises layouts were very similar to this, that because they were, I mean, sorry, the other Princess sailings were all similar. This one is so different. Like, for instance, the buffet on the other sailings are on deck 17 or 16. This one, it's on deck 9. And so things have shifted to where things are. So it's taken me a while. I still don't know where I'm going. So it takes a while to figure out which direction and where you're going. So I think because of that, I prefer like Sky Princess over this. But I want to say the food on here has been, for me, better than. So the buffet, I did highlight this at some point. The buffet is served more like, I'm gonna say Virgin Voyages kind of, where you stand there, you tell them what you want, but Virgin, you can also sit and then they'll bring it to you. On this ship, but you just tell them what you want and they put it on your plate. I like it for sanitary reasons, but I don't like it because, complain about it, is I think it overworks the crew. Because they're having to listen to what you're telling them to make, put on your plate and put it on your plate. And then you have people like this morning, and I talk about it in the vlog, a lady was getting something, the crew member was, you know, getting her food, and she's like literally pointing out a particular sausage that she wanted. And now to an extent I get it, because like I'm the type of person, I want the corner piece, like I want all the corners. I want, you know, my meat to be a little bit darker. I get it. But when people are serving you and there's a line, you don't have time to tell them what you want. So I think for that reason, because people are particular, I love it for reasons. It does call day, but the really nice. They have this. It's called Red. Is like a walk. Really good, really good. And guys, when I tell you the seafood stir fry, it's seafood. It's like huge scallops. It's big shrimp. It was so good. So definitely check it out. But the lines can be longer because of that. Let's see here. But I appreciate you guys popping in. If you are just tuning in, I'm currently on board Sun Princess for a 5-night sailing. This is the official U.S. inaugural cruise. It's been sailing for a few months in the UK, and it's just now arriving to its home port, which is Fort Lauderdale. And right now I'm sitting at Grand Turk. I was off earlier today. And if you guys aren't following me on Facebook, Instagram, be sure to follow there, because I do kind of share what I'm doing as I'm doing it somewhat in my story. So check it out there. But yeah, Sun Princess is a great ship. I don't have any, like I would sail on it again, absolutely. KT Travels, welcome in, says, hi, enjoy your vlogs. Can you speak to Premier Plan versus other package? I'm new to Princess. Do you think it's worth the cost if I want to enjoy a couple of nights of specialty dining? Yeah. So, hold on, take another drink. This is bought with the Princess Premier. So, and Princess keeps changing it. So I might, if you're watching this after October 16th, 17th, it could have changed. So you have Princess Plus, Princess Premier. If you book Princess Standard when you're booking it online, and don't book it online, guys, I'm a certified Princess travel advisor. I can book you. That's a, you know, shameless plug there. But if you need help booking your Princess cruise, I would absolutely love to help you. But they have the Princess Standard, which is pretty much just your cruise only. Then you have Princess Plus, Princess Premier. So, and I'm probably not going to remember all the details of both. I have a chart that will compare it to, but, and it just changed literally like probably a month ago. Princess Plus is going to give you the drink package. It's going to give you one device of Wi-Fi per person, and everybody in your cabin has to have Princess Plus that's 21 and up if you have it. It's going to give you your included crew appreciation, which is your gratuities. It's also going to give you 2 casual dining options. And anybody that's a travel advisor, if I'm saying anything wrong, correct me, because it literally just changed. Princess Plus is going to give you 2 casual dining options for the cruise. It used to come with specialty dining. They took that out. And it's going to give you something else. Princess Premier for me is where it's at, and I have yet to cruise Princess without Princess Premier. Princess Premier is going to give you the drink package, and it gives you up to 15 drinks for $20, whereas Princess Plus is $15 per drink. So I can get any drink up to $20, 15 times a day, unlimited, you know, non-alcoholic drinks, water, things like that. It also gives you specialty desserts, which would be like gelato. They have cakes and different things. With Princess Plus, you get one per day, whereas Princess Premier, you get unlimited, which, I mean, you don't really need unlimited gelato, but it's unlimited. You also get, hold on, 25%. No, you get the 25% off specialty dining. You get a percentage off specialty dining. You get a percentage off excursions. You get 4 devices of Wi-Fi per person. So for me, because I work, I need more than one device. So if you need multiple devices, Princess Premier is the way to go. You get 4 of those. It includes your crew appreciation. And now they have it to where your specialty dining, you get unlimited specialty dining. And so you can pretty much go to each different specialty dining, it's included. The issue with specialty dining, the issue with them having it unlimited now is people can't get reservations. So if you are elite and I think platinum, the reservations open up sooner for you online versus other people. If you aren't elite or platinum, then once your cruise is paid off or final payments due, then reservations open up for you to make reservations. They hold on to like 10% of those reservations on board, so you can try to get some when you get on board. But people have been complaining that they can't get into specialty dining. You have to do it early. But Princess Premier comes with unlimited specialty dining, unlimited casual dining. Casual dining would be places like the sushi bar, the pub. You can get fish and chips and things like that. There's a couple of casual dining spots. It's unlimited, so you can have that for lunch, and there's no charge. What else am I missing? I think that's the bulk of it. Your gratuities are included. So if you're factoring in, if I have to pay for my gratuity, it's a great value. So when you do the math on it and you look at what the cost of the drink package is, the cost of the, oh, you get photos too. With Princess Premier, you get unlimited digital downloads, whereas I think Princess Plus, you get like 2 downloads or 2 photos. So when you do the math on what you get, it's a really good value compared to other cruise lines. I probably missed some things there, but that's really it. If you go on their website, there is a really helpful chart that kind of compares the two. I would personally say, because Princess Plus is probably, I think it's $20 less than Princess Premier per day. I would say, especially if you need the Wi-Fi and you want the unlimited specialty dining or specialty dining at all, pay for the Princess Premier. Yeah, and On the Go with Yola just brought up a good point. They have limited Princess Premier packages. There was someone when on Embarkation Day that was trying to get Princess Premier, and they were being told they couldn't because it was sold out. So they do sell out to make it more exclusive, but I don't know if they're making it exclusive enough because people can't get reservations. So keep that in mind. I would say add it on when you book your cruise. That way it's done. Don't wait till you get on board because it's a chance that it could be sold out. And it is a really good value. Oh, you also get Ocean Now delivery included, which Ocean Now delivery you can order using your Medallion app. They will track you and bring food to you. They have some items that are included. If you have Princess Premier, some of those items that look like they have a surcharge, they may not once you check out. Princess Plus, I think there is a surcharge for Ocean Now. So they keep changing it. I really can't keep track, but it's a really good value. But I appreciate you guys all being here. Please be sure to hit that like button for me. Let's see. And feel free to ask any questions you might have. I'm only going to stay live a little bit longer because I do need to try to edit some videos. Let's see here. Hey there, I see we love everything about cruises. Talking to Autobot Diva. KT has already asked. Do you think it's worth the cost if I want to? Yeah, I think it's worth the cost if you want to enjoy specialty dining. I do. But just make sure that the specialty dining you're trying to reserve isn't like Burrito, because it's not included. Spellbound is not included. So if you're looking at do those, it might not be worth it. But if you're looking to do, they have quite a bit of specialty dining. They have the Catch by Rudy. They have Mikado Sushi, which you get with also the casual dining. They have the Butcher's Block, which I believe is more like a Brazilian steakhouse type setup, I think. I'm going to that tomorrow. They have Sabatini's Italian. They have teppanyaki. They have ume hot pot. All of those are specialty dining. And then they have something else. They also have Alfredo's Pizza, which is considered a casual spot. So you can use your casual dining at Alfredo's. but they also have complimentary pizza. All right, sorry, going through these comments. Jonathan says, I saw your ship when it was in Southampton earlier this year. Yeah, and it's a beautiful ship, guys. Beautiful ship. The decor is beautiful. Cabin is extremely comfortable, guys. The bed is like the best bed I've slept in. Very, very. If you guys like Carnival's beds, because I think Carnival has some of the best beds, the beds on the ship. Very, and I don't know if I'm just exhausted by the end of the night, but the beds are very comfortable. The cabins are comfortable too. My only complaint, and the shower or the bathroom is a little bit small, and me being a little bit heavier, it's almost like you can't. I'm very icky about toilets. I don't like to touch toilets or anything like that, and so it's one of those things where when you open the shower door, you're backing all the way up to the toilet or almost having to straddle it to even open the door. So thankfully I'm by myself and I don't have like a friend or somebody I'm cruising with, so I just keep the bathroom door open. I step out and then open the door and then walk in. But if you have to do it in the bathroom, it's just too tight. So it's kind of a weird setup. Let's see here. I finally had the chance, Kenyatta, welcome in, says I finally had the chance to go on my first cruise trip and had a ball. I believe that I have caught the cruise bug. All right, well, that's awesome. It happens that way. It happens that way. If you're ready to book, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help you get booked for your next one. Welcome in, Curtis. Appreciate you being here. Toya says, I'm booked with Royal Caribbean Utopian 2025. It will be my first cruise. Watching all your videos, I'm so tempted to book a last solo minute cruise. Yeah, Utopia will make a good first cruise. I mean, it's a bigger ship, a lot to see, a lot to do, but I enjoyed Utopia. Let's see. Sorry, these comments keep scrolling away. Would you say Sun Princess would be a good first time on Princess Cruise Line? I do. And I say it for this reason. And again, I don't know if the demographics are going to change. There's a lot of talk about Princess Cruises, if you ever hear it. And I'm just going to say it. They say that it's for old people. They say it's not for black people. That's what you hear. That's not what I'm saying. That's what you hear. I will tell you that this ship is way more diverse than I've ever seen on a princess ship. And I say that as far as age, as far as gender, as far as race, all of that. So I would say if you are curious about Princess and you are kind of in the mindset of, I've heard it's for old people, I heard it's not for minorities, this might be a good first option. I don't think after this one that you would probably want to go to some of the other ones if you have a problem with the lack of diversity. But I do think it's a good first princess ship. I think that this is going to change it for Princess. And I think because of some of the features it has, that might be why it's attracting a different demographic than the other ones. I don't know what it is, honestly. And it could be that this is the first sailing, so people were curious and got on board. Or it could be that it's a 5-night sailing. It's not going to operate short cruises. So because this was the only short cruise, it could have been why people got on board. I don't know what it's going to look like 6 months from now, if it's going to be as diverse, or if it's going to kind of convert back to what it was. So I might hop on it later just to see, because that honestly has surprised me. And even some new people that are on board, because I'm sailing with some other people, although I'm sailing with that, there's other people on board with me. I've kind of talked with them and they were like, yeah, I heard that Princess, a lot of first time cruisers, they're like, I heard that Princess wasn't for me, but I don't see that. So yeah, I think it's a good first time Princess ship. But I think if you do this first, you might struggle going backwards. Like you might struggle going from this and then going to one of their older ships like Crown Princess, because I can tell you that that was not very diverse. Sky Princess wasn't that diverse. But I don't necessarily mind that. Some people don't want to cruise if they don't see people like them. And I get it, but I don't have a problem with who I cruise with at all. Charms World, welcome in, says leaving on Utopia on Monday. Awesome, we'll have a good time. Welcome in, Together We Travel. Appreciate you being here. Charms World said I haven't tried Carnival since 2011. You should get back on board. Try their XL class ships. They're really good. TJ's Destinations, welcome in, welcome in. Travel with Hayden says, I'm getting back on Carnival next year doing the Vista. First time back with Carnival since 2019. First time on a bigger Carnival ship. Well, I will tell you this. I don't know if you've been watching the news lately, but Carnival Vista has been having some issues. It is one of their newer ships. It's the class beneath the XL class, which is it the Vista class? I think it is called the Vista class. That ship has been having some acceleration propulsion issues. So you probably have time for them to get it fixed or what have you, but just know that if you have not been following it, they've been having some delays and cancellations. On the Go with Yolo says, not be extra picky on your own time. Dude, there is a line. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. And she was like, no, I want that sausage. And I don't know whether the crew member just didn't understand what she was saying, but she was really wanting like a burnt sausage. And he wasn't understanding it, and she was getting irritated. Glad I caught your live stream. Welcome in, M. Stewart. Appreciate you being here. Welcome in, Keisha H. Appreciate you being here. It says, been enjoying your TikTok and Instagram posts of the cruise. Thank you so much. Ron says, we have frost on the ground in Ohio. You look like you have a tan. Seems like you're living your best life. It is cold in Ohio. It is cold. I miss you guys. Don't offer something that is not going to work for the number of packages they sold. Perhaps they should limit. I think they should limit it more. Belinda says, hi, I've only cruised Royal. Is the vibe on Princess similar to Royal? It is more it's laid back like Royal. Yeah, I would say it's laid back, but you are going to find you're going to find more older cruisers on board here than Royal. You're not going to see as many families on board. A lot of solo cruisers, a lot of older cruisers, and I feel like there's a lot of middle age. There's even a lot of younger, like 20-somethings on board this particular ship. I did not see that as much on the other ships. If you're just tuning in, I'm Raquel from MH Family Adventures, and I'm on board Sun Princess. All right, let's see. Can you order from any restaurant with Ocean Now? No, you cannot. There are select restaurants that they have like 1 or 2 items you can order from like around dinner time, but Ocean Now is going to have things like salads and sandwiches and hamburgers and pizza, kind of like your typical room service menu, and they'll bring it to you wherever you are on the ship. So that's the benefit of it. So I could be literally sitting here, and I probably should have done that. I probably should have ordered something so you guys could see the Ocean Now come to me, and then they'll bring it to me. There's no surcharge or anything. Of course, it's customary to tip, but they can bring you drinks, they'll bring you water, they'll bring you whatever it is that you ask, coffee. They'll have breakfast sandwiches and danishes and things like that. And again, that's complimentary. If you have Princess Premier, I think it's still complimentary with Plus, or there might be a small surcharge. But yeah, so Princess now is, Ocean Now is nice. Let's see here. What are some tips you have for someone trying to grow their YouTube channel? I'll be honest, I'm trying to figure that out for myself. I feel like, honestly, very transparent, I feel like we're not growing the way that I want us to grow. So it's trial and error, honestly. You don't know what's going to work. The algorithm changes all the time. You just, I feel like, at this point we put out so much content and I travel so much to only have, and I shouldn't say only because we appreciate every single subscriber that we have. But sometimes when I look around and I see other channels that are at 100,000, 50,000, whatever, and don't produce as much content or travel as much, sometimes it's disheartening. But it's one of those, trial by fire. You don't know what's going to work, what's not going to work. I just say post it, regardless of what you think of it. There's going to be somebody out there that likes it and loves it. Be consistent with posting. Try to create a schedule. Like I try to post every Friday at least, and I try to squeeze things in as much as I can. Short content is great to grow subscribers. So just posting, shorts, and shorts can be anywhere from like 10 to 15 seconds, just something quick. You can grab quite a few subscribers doing short content. But just asking your followers what they like, what they want to see, and just take it from there. But you really have to be consistent, produce good quality content. I've learned that people prefer or at least my audience prefers, you have different type of vlogging styles. You have people that just want to show their vacation and show you what I'm doing. I'm having fun, I'm partying, I'm this and that. Some people want to watch that. Some people want to watch more informational or balance. And I feel like we're kind of more of that balance. So you have to kind of figure out what it is that your viewers, your demographics want, what they're looking for, and just kind of take it from there and just kind of be consistent with what they're looking for. But you also have to kind of stay up on the trends and what's happening, which is probably where I struggle with, is trying to keep up with what people are, like what's happening in the, the bigger picture of social media and YouTube, to try to, you know, produce things that could potentially go viral. But yeah, it's a, and I might do a vlog about it. It's a challenge. And I shared something recently about, right now it seems like the algorithm for YouTube is favoring a lot of clickbait, which is what we don't necessarily do. But I kind of started thinking about maybe doing a little bit more clickbaity type things just to grow. But it's really honestly not my style. But yeah, you just got to kind of just post the content. That's the biggest thing. Post it. Don't doubt it. Because it's going to be for someone. It may not be for everyone, because I'm not for everyone, but just post it. Let's see here. Casey on the Moose said that's what I did on Celebration. It's a tiny back. Yeah, you got to step out and then step back in. I went on Princess some years back. I didn't like it. Everything was so bland. After watching videos, oh, definitely try them again. Yeah, definitely try them again. I don't feel like the food is really bland or anything. Not at all. Welcome in, Nad says, do you book cruises for those outside of the U.S.? Not really. If you're in Canada, yes. Caribbean, yes. If you're in the U.K., no. On the Growth Yellow says, I heard the club was on point. I did go to the club. Sig got me in the club. It was interesting. I was tired, but it was interesting. Exactly. If I can afford it and it's what I want to do, I'm doing it. I don't care who else is or isn't. Yeah, exactly. JP says, how's the clientele? Are there a fair share of kids and younger adults? For Princess, there are more kids on this sailing than I've seen. Still not a whole lot. Yes, I'm going to say the average age is probably 45, 50. Whereas the other ships, no, let me not say that. Let me say 50. Probably about 50. That's probably the average age. Whereas I would say the other ones I've been on, they were like 60. So it is different. It's definitely more diverse. Let's see. Try the Carnival Horizon. It's a great ship. Yeah, I love Carnival Horizon. With the changes Princess, welcome in, Gerard says, with the changes Princess has made, I feel that this is the closest thing to an all-inclusive. I have been impressed with their moves. Yeah, I mean, they're making some really good changes, and I think that this is going to work for them. Hopefully to break that barrier of this is for old people, this is not for minorities. I do think that this has the potential. Is it fully there? Probably not, but it does have strong potential. Welcome in, Danielle. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for being a channel member. I appreciate it. Have you noticed any issues for people with mobility problems? Yes. Not only in one spot, and that is in the theater. Hold on. In the theater, because there's no ramps, so when you come in, it's circular. They only have, and it's not even labeled, there's a small section for wheelchairs and scooters. And then, we literally watched a family have to get split up because there was only room for, one wheelchair, and, the rest of the family, 4 or 5 family members, wanted to sit with their loved one. They had to go find seats up in the arena. And that's what it's called, the arena. They had to go find seats because there wasn't, usually they'll have, an accessible seat or an accessible section for a wheelchair or scooter, and then they'll have companion seating, so at least 1 or 2 people can sit beside them. They don't have that. So if you're solo, you might be fine if you're in a wheelchair or scooter, but if you are traveling with family, there's no place for them to sit with you, and there's even limited spots for wheelchairs and scooters and things like that. Now I noticed that some people did not bring their wheelchair scooter inside. And they were able, if you're able to walk stairs, then you can make it work. But if you can't walk stairs, you can't get up in the arena. So I think that needs to be rethought out. And I'm going to walk it again, but I didn't see a ramp I just saw stairs everywhere. So that for me is a problem. But everything else is accessible. And remember, they kind of tend to that demographic, more so than other cruise lines. So having, ramps and things, they do have wheelchair lifts and things like that in the pool and jacuzzis. So you don't see that all the time on other ships. But I would say the theater is probably the biggest thing. And I'm going to probably say the dome too. Like the dome is probably limited as well. Let's see here. Yeah, the club was on point. Might do it again. Let's see. Welcome in. Let's see. Okay, Dylan. I'm sorry. Dan says you are the hardest working person in YouTube cruising. I appreciate that. There's quite a few out there working really hard, But it's one of those things. It just takes time to grow, and I'm patient. So, but it is sometimes when you look and you see, this channel happened to go viral off of one short or off of this and that, and now they're at well over 100,000. But I'd rather have the core group of people that watch help grow the channel than to go viral off of one video and then not get views on my other videos, because I happen to have that one video that grew my subscription base. So, because honestly, part of YouTube is getting that revenue, and you're not getting revenue off shorts. You're getting revenue off, you do get very, very little revenue off of shorts, but my revenue is coming from videos. So, let's see. Ron says club. Yep. You're welcome. Travel with Hayden. Hold on. Nad says, I went on Virgin Voyages European cruise and had a blast. I like that it was adult only, no tipping, as crew salaries catered to this and all food was included. I did not like Virgin Voyages. And that's one of those things where, that's why I say you have to have a well-rounded perspective. So if you're doing research, you have to get content from multiple places. You have to do your research from multiple places, because what I don't like, somebody else is going to love. Now, I will tell you this, and those of you who are watching, I will be trying out Virgin Voyages again, like really, really, really soon. So stay tuned for that. Because I do believe in giving a second chance. And it's been 2 years since I've been on Virgin, and I've heard that they've made some amazing changes. So I'm excited to see what they have. But yeah, I know a lot of people that absolutely love Virgin. Says Ron is so funny. What is that ocean behind you? Looks like a yellow buoy with someone stood on it. Oh, it might be. We're in Grand Turk. Let me see if I can turn this around. So yeah, we're in Grand Turk. This is Ocean Plaza. I'm inside. I was trying to avoid being outside in the sun, because I was outside at Jack Shack's. But yeah, that's the ocean behind me. So I'm inside right now on deck number 8, the Ocean Plaza. Let's see. Would you ever have? I'm still live. I'm gonna get off in a second now. Yes. Would you ever have crossover videos or interviews with other cruise content creators? Yes. I want to do more of that, and that's also, someone asked about, growing your channel, like collaborations. I did interview your favorite couple, YFC. Sig and I were going back and forth, Cheryl from Sig Cruiser, if she was on our channel at some point. I think she was for a live stream, but I'm probably going to see about doing a live stream with her. So yeah, I do think that I would like to do something like that. But I also want to say this. It's kind of like I'm part of a cohort with some other like-minded amazing content creators, and where I think the content creator space as far as cruising is very, very welcoming compared to others that I've heard of. I would say we really haven't, as a channel, have had like when you're talking collaborations, we have not had other larger channels, to collaborate, or help with like I get some like smaller channels that'll reach out with questions and how can I do this, how can I do that? And I have no problem helping or answering questions as much as I can, and I don't know if that has been reciprocated. But it's something that I want to do more of. It's just, for me, it's just finding the time, because I'm like constantly on the go and then trying to connect with others, and it's just something that I do plan to do over time, but it really happens when there's more downtime. And I can tell you right now is like the uptime for me, because January through April is like peak season for a travel agency, so I won't be doing as much cruising then. So I still have 4 more cruises for this year. But yes, I do want to do more collaborations. Welcome in Cruising with Calandra. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, the seas are very calm. Sig says, I'm such a bad influence. Yeah, she had me up late. Saying, let's get one more drink. Welcome in, Cassine. Is it Aaron? Welcome in. Says, hi, Recall. Any thoughts on Princess Plus or Premier? And do you have either for this sailing? Yes, I have Princess Premier. I have yet to cruise Princess without either. I've always had Princess Premier. I would personally recommend it if you need Wi-Fi. Now, there's some people, because I was talking with somebody today on the beach, and she was like, she never does specialty dining. She doesn't do any of that. If you're not going to do those things, it may not be worth it. But what I would say would be the deciding factor for you is looking at the cost of gratuities. So Princess plus Princess Premier and it just changed. It's $70 for Princess Plus per day per person, and then it's $90 per day per person for Princess Premier. But it also factors in your gratuities, which you're paying gratuities like $20 a day per person. So factor that in. Factor in if you need Wi-Fi, how much does that cost per day? I want to say for this cruise, when I looked, the Wi-Fi was like maybe $200 for the whole cruise. So factor that into the total cost. By the time you do the math on all of that, you could get the other perks like the drink package. You could get 4 devices of Wi-Fi. You can get unlimited photo downloads. So professional photos you can get, and some other perks. So yeah, I would say definitely look at the value of it. Let's see here. Let's see. Six says, I apologize for making Raquel from the club, but I convinced her that it was for the business. Yeah. It was fun too. T. McGann says, I love your content. We have a similar personality. Thank you. Thank you. And I know I'm not for everyone. And I say that all the time. Like, I personally think I'm dry and probably boring. And there's other content creators that are more lively, more bubbly. It's just not me. So I'll be for some. I won't be for everyone. And that's fine. But I appreciate your support. Welcome in, Team Reese Travels. Appreciate you popping in. And Team Reese is Kiki is currently on board Celebrity Beyond with some other content creator friends. So be sure to follow Team Reese Travels for celebrity content, because Princess and Celebrity are kind of on par with one another. So check them out for some celebrity content. Alyssa says, hey, Team Reese. Thank you so much, Norma. Yes, hit that like button for me. I'm going to have to get off here in a few minutes, though. Miss Goodgood says, hi, MH Fam and Chat. Love the live. Thank you so much. Paul Warren says, hello. 4 more. That's awesome. Let's see. Have you been to the Platinum Lounge? I have not. So, you know what? I don't even know if they have an actual Platinum Lounge, but they have an Elite Lounge. So I don't know. I haven't been to it. It's every day, which it's happening right now. It's every day, I think 3:30 to 5. And they'll have like the captain there, some of the officers. They'll have drinks, they'll have food and things like that. I don't know if it's for Platinum, but I could be totally wrong. But yeah, they do have the Elite Lounge or Elite. I don't even know if it's in a lounge because I haven't been. I think Sig went to it one day. I don't know if it's a lounge or if it's just like a section of the dining room. But any other questions about Sun Princess, anything like that? Welcome in, Shalonda. Appreciate you being here. Casey Lemon says, what if you have 1 adult and 1 teen in the room? Is the price different for under 21? Now, that's something that is very unclear with Princess. I think if you have Yes, if you have someone under 21, it is still the same price because I actually have somebody on board right now that has a teen, and the Princess Premier, which doesn't make sense, was the same price. But I do think there is a way to have Premier for. So the way it works is the first two guests in the cabin have to have both, or have to have Princess Premier or Princess Plus. Guests 3 and 4 do not. And I was talking with someone, and they said they couldn't add it on for guests 3 and 4. And I've never run into that issue, but so the first two guests have to have it, whether it's Princess Plus or Princess Premier. So you could have one guest with Princess Premier, one guest with Princess Plus. The issue with that though is you have to look at the math. If you are Princess Premier and you want to go to specialty dining or whatever, Princess Plus can't go with you because specialty dining is no longer included. Same thing for like reserved seating in the theater. If you're Princess Premier and you have your teenage kid that's Princess Plus, they can't sit with you in the theater because they do have reserved seating for some shows. So yeah, so there is not a price difference in the same package, but if you could do Princess Premier for the adult, Princess Plus for the teen. But if they're the third or fourth guest, they don't have to have it at all. Ronald's asking questions, and some of these questions guys have already answered. It says, what is the age demographics you notice on the new Princess ship? Very different than the other ships. I would say the average age is about 50, which I would say the other ship was probably 60 or so. So demographics are different, and also the demographics in terms of race are different on the ship. It's way more diverse than I've seen on any other sailing. I will say too though that there is a group, a larger group on board doing a celebration. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but I feel like the ship is just a lot more diverse than other ones. Would you recommend over RCCL for a family with 2 preteen kids? No. No, I would not recommend it for a family with 2 preteen kids. I would say two preteen kids, you know, you're going to have a lot more fun on like Icon of the Seas. Price point is higher, but Utopia of the Seas, any of those Oasis class ships, I think Royal Caribbean in general, your teens are going to have more fun than on Princess. They have a teen hangout, but that's it. There are no water slides, there's no basketball court, there's no, and that's the thing. So when this ship was first designed, and that's kind of what changed with our family, because if you guys don't know, I'm a partner with Princess, and our family was supposed to be on like the media cruise for this ship because we were going to highlight some of the family friendly features, which was their deck 19. I think it was called Loft 19. No, not Loft 19. Is that Princess or is that Carnival? Whatever deck 19 was, they were going to have like a ropes course. They were going to have, I think, like a small rock wall. They were going to have the little bike thing that you go around, sky ride. They were going to have some of those same things that you would find on Carnival. They were going to have there. But it sounds like they received a lot of feedback from people and decided that they weren't going to use that deck for that purpose. So now this ship is becoming not necessarily the first family-friendly Princess cruise ship. So it has changed, and so with that, there's no arcade, there's really nothing for teens other than the teens club. So if your teen likes some of the other activities that they have, then they might enjoy it, but I would say if you're going to pick between the two, go with Royal for sure. Have you been to the Sanctuary restaurant? I have not. I am not in the Sanctuary Club, so the Sanctuary restaurant is only for those that are part of the Sanctuary Club. I did get access to tour and get some content of the Sanctuary Club, but I have not had dinner there. I can tell you that the Sanctuary restaurant is beautiful though. I did walk through that for Spellbound. So Spellbound, there's a small room there that you go to for dinner. Let's see. Would the club be as animated without the Nigerian group and YouTubers? I think so. I think so. But again, I don't know if the demographics are going to change. I don't know if the demographics are going to change after this sailing. I wonder, because it's a shorter sailing, if people are trying it out to kind of put to test, you know, is Princess for me? So I don't know, but I am curious to know what the demographics look like in 6 months. But the club, and again, I don't know. I've never been to a club on Princess, so I don't know what they normally play. But I can tell you I went the one night, the music was really good, and I've seen some other clips, and the music is pretty good for a club. Midge says, I'm loving your live stream. You are so informative, give an honest review. Thank you so much, Midge. I appreciate that. Yes, Team Reese, it was a beautiful day in Grand Turk. What cruise line itinerary would you recommend leaving in Miami if you had to choose one? Oh, there's so many ships leaving. I don't know if I can answer that right now. I would say any, I can't think off the top of my head either like that. I would say any sailing 7 nights that has at least 4 ports. I'm trying to think of what even cruising out of Miami right now. I have a very bad short-term memory, so I can't even tell you what's sailing out of Miami at this very moment. It'll come to me in a few minutes. But also what cruise line, it depends on what you're looking for as far as the cruise. Are you looking for something more laid back, something more family friendly, something more party-like, lively? You know, it just depends because pretty much all the cruise lines sail out of Miami at some point. So it really just depends on what you're looking for in a cruise. Belinda says, I love your personality. Ron is hilarious. I would love to cruise with you. Yeah, join us. Join us. We do have a couple of group cruises. For those of you who don't know, we have our next group cruise is going to be on Quantum of the Seas, June 9th through the 16th, Alaska, followed by Carnival, I'm trying to think, Carnival Conquest. I can't remember the dates off the top of my head, but it's the second sailing going to Celebration Key. Carnival Conquest, July. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't want to say, but it's sometime in July. And then we have our Greece group cruise, which is already sold out. That's going to be next August. And then we have MSC World America for Christmas next year. So we do have those groups if anyone's interested. So overall, are you liking what Princess has done with the ship, and how do you like the flow? Yeah, overall, I like the ship. There are a couple of areas. I don't like the flow for the shows. I don't like how they don't have a reservation system and venues are filling up. So I don't like that. But overall, I love the ship. A lot of families are upset because they are locked into sail, but they have now changed. And you know what? I would think, because I'll be very honest, I just found out, and again, we were supposed to be on board to share some of those things. I just learned that things change and it's now not that family friendly. And I don't think that they've made like a media release or anything about it. I haven't seen anything, but I would think if you book this with young children and you did it with the intention of what they advertise, they have to refund. There's no way. And if I don't have anyone with young children booked for that purpose, but if I did, I would be strongly advocating for them to get a full refund, because you can't advertise one thing and then take it back and say, no, we're not doing that anymore. That's just not right. So yeah, if anybody is watching and you booked it for that reason, definitely advocate for yourself to get a full refund. They would have to, because that's false advertising. Norma says a 9-year-old will be okay on the Sun Princess. I mean, they have kids clubs. They just don't have water. It depends on what the 9-year-old likes. I mean, I think Joe Marie would have fun, but she also doesn't need the water slides in the splash area. She likes, like, they'll have like arts and crafts things. They'll have like board games. Joe Marie's into that kind of stuff, so she's kind of like more of that old soul like I am. So she's fine with doing those things, but a lot of 9-year-olds aren't. Joe Marie's fine coloring. They have coloring classes and things like that. She's fine with that. But if your kid is action-packed and wants to, get in the water slides and go play mini golf, go to the arcade, no, they won't be okay. Will you be on a Halloween cruise? You know what? I just said that. Because somebody asked me, was I going to be on Virgin Voyages for some Halloween thing that they're doing? I'm like, no, we've never been on a Halloween cruise. So maybe at some point, we're not, like, our kids go trick-or-treating, but we're not big into Halloween, but we might, just for the experience, maybe do a 3-day one time. We won't be doing it this month, because that's like in 2 weeks. I have other plans for that time. Casey on the Moose says they said no refund. I don't know who you talked to, but I can tell you, is it for you? Yeah, I would tell you that I wouldn't stop until they gave a refund. There's absolutely no way. Absolutely no way. Yeah, sometimes it's about how you say it and what you say. And I know how to say it and what to say. Norma says, thank you, Raquel Royal, here I come. Yeah, there's no way. Because if I booked it for that reason, I would be getting my money back. For sure. Casey says, I only paid tax and port fees since it's a casino cruise, so we'll make the best of it. Ours is on Thanksgiving, and the group on Facebook seems to have lots of families. Most are upset. Yeah, They should be giving you back your tax. But honestly, just so you know, if you decide not to show up, you do know they have to refund your taxes, fees, and port expenses. The issue with it being a casino cruise is that they may not give you any more casino. So, and for those of you watching, if you, for whatever reason, don't make a cruise, or you cancel the cruise after penalty or whatever, your taxes and fees are always refundable, and your gratuity. So if you only pay taxes, fees, port expenses, if you don't show up the day of the cruise, they're going to refund that back to you, period. They can't keep the taxes. They can't pay taxes on something that you did not partake in. It's illegal. So you will get those back. Okay. All right. Any last minute questions about Sun Princess Cruises? I'm probably not going to go live. Again, tomorrow is going to be my day. I have to edit, try to get out a vlog, and just going to enjoy the ship, because I will, since you guys are watching, I'll just share with you guys, I will be going home for 2 days, and then I'll be getting on another cruise. So make sure you stay tuned for that to figure out which cruise I'm getting on, which cruise line I'm getting on. But I will be doing that here in 2 days. So I want to kind of recoup and relax, because this has been a very busy cruise. So stay tuned for this content. I will be rolling out the Mykonos vlog for Greece. Probably, yeah, the Mykonos, if I can get it done tomorrow. We'll see if I can get it uploaded. But I do appreciate you guys popping in. If you guys could be sure to hit that like button for me. And again, these vlogs will probably start rolling out right after Greece finishes. I think I have Mykonos and Milos vlogs, and then Sun Princess will roll out. But I'll probably start this series with a review, because it's still kind of new to the US, and I want to be able to share my perspective even before the vlogs come out. So that might come out sooner than later. But appreciate you guys being here, entertaining me on this port day. We're going to be sailing away here probably an hour and a half or so. So I'm going to go get freshened up for dinner and figure out what's happening for the evening. But again, you guys have a great Thursday, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.